Okay, we got day one of weights. We also have the virtual open house right there. So we're just going to do our day one PowerPoint presentation. Um, so welcome to weight training. You're either in front of me right now and watching this video so that we're all the same, or you're at home right now on bridge. Maybe you'll join us soon. I'm probably wearing this mask if you see me out there right now. So we're going to get going through this. We're going to try and answer some questions. We're going to do our normal day one stuff. So welcome to weight training. We refer to it as East Strength and Conditioning Program here at Columbus East High School. East Side Strong is our motto. Okay. I need to know why you are here, or rather why you're taking the class if you're at home. But please don't waste anyone's time, mine or yours. Time is extremely valuable and must be viewed and respected in that way. I value time more than anything. Some of you, this is now your fourth year having me. You understand that I value time more than absolutely anything. That should be how you spell love, is Time. Show the time that you put into someone. So, a few quotes that I got here. So, one from Kobe Bryant. I can't relate to lazy people. We don't speak the same language. I don't understand you. I don't want to understand you. That's think about that for a second. Then we've got another great quote from Michael Jordan here. I'm gonna move me out of the way. Some people want it to happen, some wish it would happen, others make it happen. And the last one being from Derek Jeter is there may be people that have more talent than you, but there's no excuse for anyone to work harder than you do. All three of these quotes by different individuals, but all what we would say extremely successful, been there, done that type folks, is you see the work ethic, doing the little things right. All that stuff will come into play here in the weight room, but it will also come into play with your sport and also with life. Okay. You want to be that person that people can depend on. You want to be that person that works hard. And we learn that in here if you don't already have that instilled in you. There you go. Initial questions you may have. So if you're looking at me and you don't know who I am, and maybe even still know who I am, but you still have these questions kind of pondering in your head, these are some of the things that when I was coming up with this presentation, I wrote down and thought these were probably some questions. Why should I listen to you? Especially if you don't know who I am, or even if you do, why? Why should I even take the time to listen to this guy? How do I know I can trust you? That's big. What can you do for me? That's okay. What can I do for you? That's an important question to ask. Who the heck is this guy? Who am I? How's a block going to look? That is something that's a little unique, a little different. East hasn't done block schedule yet, so how's it going to look? Chances are, if this is mod 4B, you should know by now. But hey, maybe you're my 1A class. What if we go virtual e-learning? How's that going to look in here? How's that going to look for the school? Okay, so let's get some answers to some of your questions. Okay, so number one, who am I? Well, I'm the reigning defending National High School Strength and Conditioning Association's Indiana Strength Coach of the Year. Humble brag right there, but it's because of you guys. It's because of this community. It's because of everybody around that I was able to do that. That's part of who I am. I'm an extension of you, and you're an extension of me. That's something that we have to realize. You represent the program. You represent East. You represent how we do things here. And I expect the same thing. I represent East. I represent what we do here. And I think that goes hand in hand. And it's important to understand that. If you need my resume, it's right there for you. You can check it out. I have multiple certifications. I actually have another one that I have to add on there. I just saw that it's not on there, but my newest one is a RSCC. So I'm a registered strength and conditioning coach, which you have to have your CSCS to even be considered for that next step, which is the Certified Strength and Conditioning Specialist, which I obtained 2016. I have a USA weightlifting certification. I have a performance enhancement specialist certification. I have my degree from Ball State University. I was also in high school one day, or once upon a time, just like you guys are now. Back then, I graduated the 4.0. I was in National Honor Society. I was in the A Club, French Club. I was a varsity athlete for multiple sports. That's why I joined the Student Assembly. So I'm the new Student Assembly advisor here at East. So those all kind of play into it. If you look at the teaching experience, I don't put all my experience on there. I've had jobs since I was like 15. Um, but I've been here. This will be my fourth year at East. Before that, I was at North Central High School in Farmersburg, Indiana, small school south of Terre Haute. And then before that, I did like some temporary things and some maternity leaves. I've worked special education. I've worked at some gyms. I've done different things like that for coaching. I've been a strength coach now here in North Central. I've coached football, basketball, track. Um, a lot of experience when it comes to coaching athletes. Okay, so bio sheet. This is something we're all going to fill out at the end here, and I'm going to keep it kind of on file because I think it's important. And then this is mine, and I went ahead and I filled it out. It didn't take too terribly long, and I'm going to go over it with you. Okay, this is part of getting to know who I am. So this bio sheet, what sports do you play? Well, back in the day, football, baseball, basketball, wrestling, and track in middle school and like high school and stuff. Then now, I miss them all, but I don't get to play any. I guess powerlifting would be the sport that I have chose to kind of pick up, and I do miss playing pickup basketball games. I love playing basketball. That's a lot of fun too. So, what hobbies do you have outside of sports? My favorite thing is daddy-daughter dates with Phoenix. Phoenix is my oldest. So that's something that if you see us out of town, that's what we're doing. She gets to pick everything that we do, learn how to, be in control and respectable and all that stuff. So I love my daddy-daughter dates. NCAA 14, I'll throw the challenge down to anybody. Tyler Thomas and Cole Gilly, shout out to those guys. They've already fell victim to me, but that's the one video game I still play. So that's a lot of fun. And then just working out in general or trying to do those things, but spending time with my family, trying to communicate. That's what I like. Who's the most influential person in your life? Could you include their contact info? So for me, the most influential person in my life was my son, Griffin. Griffin Scott Ferson changed everything about me, everything who I am. So that leads right into my next question for everybody is what is the most difficult thing you have ever been through? This isn't a challenge to send out your whatever you've been through. And whatever the most difficult thing you've been through in your life is the most difficult thing that you've been through in your life. I don't want anyone to feel like it's not a contest. It's nothing like that. So I'm going to share with you, my story of Griffin. I still remember it, every little detail. And for those of you who know me well, my memory is awful. But I still remember everything about that night. We were laying in the bed watching Beauty and the Beast because that's what we always do. As Phoenix started to fall asleep, put her in her crib. And then Lauren went to the bathroom. She came out, said there's a lot of blood, grabbed Phoenix up out of the crib. We got dressed. Rushed to the hospital. I'm calling anybody I can. No one's answering. Her sister finally answers, let them know what's going on. We get about halfway there, and we actually call Miss G, who was Phoenix's daycare teacher. And she met us at the hospital and took Phoenix for us and took care of her for that night. And then we went into the hospital. They couldn't find a heartbeat. And they said, you need to prepare for the worst ideas and stuff. And then they found a heartbeat. So Griffin, right from the beginning, was a fighter. So they found his heartbeat, and then they said, we're going to rush her back for emergency surgery. And all the time I'm promising, hey, you're going to be good. You're calm. Like, I'm calm during it. It's weird. And they rush her back. And as soon as they rush her back, I remember dropping to the floor. And then the nurse kind of getting me, hey, we're going to take care of her. Everything's going to be good. And so I remember waiting in the little room all by myself as she's having surgery. And I don't know what's going on, if I'm going to lose them both, if I'm going to lose Griffin. And I'm doing everything I can to just have this little moniker. And, you talk to whoever's going to listen. If you're spiritual or whatnot. And then I was just sitting there, Griffin, fight, man, fight. And I remember them wheeling him out. I saw him. They're wheeling him out, and they said that they had to perform CPR and stuff, but he's going to be okay. And then they told me that Lauren she's recovering, but she's going to be okay, and everybody was going to be okay. So I'm just in the room, and I'm so thankful. And I remember hugging the nurse and thanking her and thanking everybody for everything they did. And then Lauren's in the room with me later, and we're still waiting to see Griffin because he's in the NICU because he lost a lot of blood. He had a blood transfusion, and then a couple hours later, 125 minutes, so like 2 hours and 5 minutes to be exact, they got me and then brought me into the room, and then the doctor told me that he didn't make it. He ended up passing away. And I got to, I'm like the only person to see him alive because, Lauren was out, and, we were able to hold him. And, the next day or few days, it's all a blur then, with being in the hospital and seeing him. And that's clearly the hardest thing that I've ever been through. So that's Griffin's story. And then I made a lot of promises to him. I promised him that he would make an impact in this world. And, I've only seen him once, like in a dream, like the next couple of days I saw him, and it was in a weight room, and someone was squatting. He was making him get lower, and I was in an office, kind of like I'm in an office right now talking to you guys. And I never sit in my office, but I remember it was like this though, looking through a window. And I wasn't at EastJet, but I was looking through a window, and he was in a squat rack, and he was coaching him up. And that's why I feel extremely connected when I'm in a weight room, and it might be why I'm always here and I'm always for you guys. So that's the most difficult thing I've ever been through in my life. Moving on in the bio sheet, what are your goals? I'm a very goal-driven person. Everything that I do, very, very goal-driven. I have a video out on YouTube about goals that the East did for us, the East Media that came and interviewed me about that. And they interviewed us about the Griffin Scott workout. I have those on my YouTube as well that you can check out. Those are awesome, awesome stories, and I wish that you would. They're really good. But I'll talk more about the goals in a little bit because I have a whole slide just for that. Why are you taking this class? So for me, it's why am I teaching this class? It's because I coach, and it's what I do. And I'm, once again, the connection to Griffin when it comes to a weight room. And I want to win. I want to win, and I want to do good, and I want to be an example for how we can do things, not only in here and for you guys, but also within my organization, the NHSSCA. It has done a lot for us, creating the Griffin Scholarship, which we'll talk about a little bit later in this, and the Griffin Workout. They've kind of tag team in with that, so I feel like I owe it to the profession of strength and conditioning to be the absolute best. And I owe it to my son to make sure that his name is represented very well, because his name will always be associated with strength and conditioning. So I'm very proud of all those things. And that's why I teach the class. I want this to be an extension of all those things. And yeah, we're going to lift weights, and we're going to have a good time too, but we're going to focus on a lot more than just that. What motivates you? What makes you tick? So for me, it'd be pride, almost to a fault. And I've heard that before. I've heard that in my evaluations. I'm a prideful person. And I don't want to extend that to be arrogant or anything like that. I do like to talk crap with you guys a little bit, but pride does motivate me because I have pride in my name. I have pride in that last name of Fersen. I have pride in carrying on my son's name. I have pride when it comes to representing my school. I have pride when it comes to representing my profession. I have pride when it comes to representing all of those things. So I do have a lot of pride, and pride does motivate me. And I know it's to a fault sometimes. And I can admit that to you guys. My pride will sometimes get in the way, but then that becomes ego. When ego gets in your way, that's a problem. So I try to balance that the best I can. And with that will be some of the things that I've learned over this break with some of the different motivational stuff that we'll work on with our mental days as well. Um, what makes me tick as far as that goes, besides just the motivation and pride, would be winning. I love winning anything. I really enjoy competition, and that's why we put in our AMRAPs, and that's why we do those things. I think competition breeds success, and I think it makes you stronger. I think it makes you better. Um, Anything else you would like me to know about you? So for me, a couple other random facts, and then we'll get rolling in this presentation. My wife is a huge Harry Potter nerd. I got a big Gryffindor sign back there. Even though I'm a Slytherin, I'm pretty sure when I took the test I was a Slytherin. But yeah, my wife's a huge Harry Potter nerd, and when we combat that, all three of our kids' names have meaning, but they all have hidden like Harry Potter references. So Phoenix Rose Fersen. So like a phoenix was in the Harry Potter movies. That's what Dumbledore like clapped and it took him and stuff. Yeah, I've seen him too. But Phoenix is rebirth, new life. It's something new. It's a new beginning. And I also have a huge Phoenix tattoo on my shin. Um, and then Rose is that's what a Phoenix does. She rose up to do these things, but also a rose is a flower, and you're going to see that theme with the girls. Then Griffin Scott Fersen. Griffin, obviously Harry Potter as well, Gryffindor, but a griffin, another mythological creature, just like the phoenix. And when the phoenix can burn new ashes, new life, what a griffin does is protect. And how's perfect of a name for him. He is a protector, and he's going to protect the girls. And one of my promises to him is that I will always protect them as well. Um, and Scott, that's my first name, and that's my dad's middle name. Scott is our family name to the firstborn son. So I carried that on with Griffin. And then the last one, Ember Lily Fersen. Ember is another kind of term to go with like Phoenix, Ember. So this is the last part of a dying flame, the embers. And with us being really affected and down, those embers to try and ignite something. And lily was actually it's a flower like rose, but lily is Harry Potter's mom's name. So there you go, another little Harry Potter reference. All right, so that's a little backstory on Coach here, and probably maybe a little bit more information you wanted to know, but that's everything. Um, what's your why? That I'm big on that here. I have it out on my out there. It says what's your why, and it has all my kids' initials. But what's your why? You must have goals, never drift. So we talked about goal setting. I came from a very very small school, but we were able to get extremely strong and do what we were doing enough to obviously get noticed and come to East and do these things as well. And you see all these different pictures and right in the middle there is me holding Griffin. And in the top corner there, you've got the very first Griffin Scott workout where we're releasing the balloons. And the bottom's where we went to one of the walks. And we got my girls in the weight room. We've got Lucas Oil coming here and winning state. Like that was the whole thing when I used to drive, because I drove from Terre Haute my first year here. I crashed with Coach Chitty. I lived with Chitty for probably 4, 5, 6 months maybe, and then would drive back and forth to Terre Haute while I was trying to work here. And then the first guys that really believed in me here at East when I was trying to battle and trying to win you guys over were those boys right there, Pseudo and Zach Clark and Isaac and Tyler and Bolte and those guys. So those guys always we were always in here. We came in after school. We did whatever we had to do. Kendall William, she started the Griffin Scott workout. It was her thing. I just said I was going to do it, and she made it happen. And there's a picture of her holding Ember actually. And I don't know. There's just pictures everywhere. There's my old tiny little weight room from North Central, and first time I ever spoke at a conference where I'm talking about how to use bands and things like that. And there's the Griffin coin. There's a lot of great just pictures and memories and things up there. So always understand your why. Always understand why it is that you're doing something. So that's what we talk about. Don't drift, focus, have goals. One of the big things I always used to talk about, I used to be well over 300 pounds, as you can see in the picture. One of the first things that really got me going towards this profession and strength and conditioning is because I have a very unconventional route. I was I had a PE degree, but then I was working special ed, and then I added a math license. I was teaching algebra and doing those things. So some of the goals, I believe, it's okay to reward yourself. So at 50 pounds, I got a tattoo. Uh, when I graduated from Ball State University, I actually quit my job. As some of you guys know, I used to work at Chuck E. Cheese. I was a manager there. It was a great job. Great job. Get to play games, eat pizza all day. Come on, man. It's solid, but I didn't have a degree in business or a restaurant or anything like that. I had a degree in physical education. So I quit because I wanted to use my degree. It had been very easy to stay comfortable, you know? And that's another thing when it comes to when we're in here, you got to get outside your comfort zone. You got to get outside your comfort zone because that's when growth happens. Another certain number of poundage lost. I can't remember exactly what I said it at, but I knew I said it because we did it right before we went to Disney World. I proposed to Lauren, proposed to her right in front of Cinderella's castle. Bam! Got to have a good story, right? So, I had to put myself, I said, if you lose this, you can propose to her. I went, maxed out all my credit cards and bought her an awesome ring. And there you go. At 100 pounds, I got another tattoo. There seems to be a theme with those tattoos. And CSCS, I was able to then go over to East, have full-time weight room. At North Central, I taught 2 mods of it, as you guys would say, mods. And then the rest of the day, I was doing algebra and algebra remediation and basic math and stuff like that for high school. Griffin Scott Ferson, he will make an impact in this world with, his scholarship. The NHSSCA has a scholarship every year that goes to a deserving strength coach. And that's awesome. And we have the nationwide. So the Griffin Scott workout happened here at East, and it's nationwide now. And with COVID and everything, we didn't get to have it here at East for the first time. It would have been year 3. This is year 4. And there were still coaches around the country who did it and did the challenge that Coach Schofield came up with and sent me pictures and videos and stuff like that on Instagram. So that was really, really awesome. And we're going to keep working with that. My current goals, my first goal is always to make them proud. I always want my family proud of me. And that probably goes into that pride thing. I want to be a great father, husband, coach, teacher, mentor, training partner, friend, and person. Those are all extremely important. I want to continue to make sure that Griffin has an impact. And I think he has, and I think he will. He's going to continue to. I want to motivate others. I want you to reach your goals. I want you to have goals. So I want to motivate you any way I can. I want to produce athletes. It's what we do here. If you want to get a Scully, well, okay, we're going to work for it. If you just want to be better, great, we're going to work for it. You just want to look better, great. I'm going to produce what we need done. I want to outwork everyone. I want to be an example. Sometimes I do that to a fault. Sometimes I work way too much, and I know that. And that is another negative with me. I work too much, but I want to be an example of what hard work and what dedication and doing those things can have happen. I want to win championships, and I want to be a champion. I talk to Phoenix about that all the time. She's starting sports this year. She's going to be playing soccer. And she's the only girl on her team, but I don't want to force her too difficult, you got to do this, but I just want to, hey, act like a champion, be a champion. A champion does the right things at the right time. A champion does the little things right. A champion does everything that they need to do, does the basics well. Become the best high school strength coach. That was on my mirror or the window last year, like when we were at our goals. And to win Coach of the Year for Indiana was awesome. Super honored to get that. And once again, it's because of you guys. You guys do all these things for me, and we work extremely well together. I need to lose this quarantine weight. Just being honest with you. Old coacher, all you guys texting me and sending me them DMs, Coach, I got to gain weight. And I told you how to gain that weight. And I must have followed my own advice because I gained an additional probably 20, 25 pounds maybe. So I'm going to lose that. So, hey, for the first time, you're going to see old coacher trying to do that as well. I'm not going to work out with you guys because then I'm not coaching, but I'm going to be getting some stuff done. I want to get my girls interested in sports because, as you guys know, I believe that sports just help develop a full, rounded, and educated person. I think sports are extremely important. Speed this up a little bit. Continue with community involvement too. As you guys know, we did that awesome project where we had all the kids come over and we taught them how to work out. We taught them how all the different movements. We went out to the turf. We played some games. You guys made the little tunnel for them. That was so much fun. Now, as you can see in this little picture, I don't think we could have that happen, with the mask and everything else. But I still want to find a way to have community involvement. I just think that was the coolest thing ever. And I know the teachers appreciated it. And I know the kids loved it. Couldn't wait to come back. We had that athletic development camp, which is really cool as well, right before everything went down. But we want to do more stuff like that. And if anybody has a senior project idea, I always do mentorships, but anything that can involve community involvement, kids and stuff like that, I'm all about it. Whatever I can do to help you guys out with that, that's awesome. So once again, I'm here to make an impact. I'm here to make you stronger. I'm here to continue to make changes. We've changed a lot in this weight room, and we're going to keep doing it. And I'm here for you. So once again, I ask, why are you here? Okay. So we're here to develop true strength. This class is not for everyone. We get that every year. You guys know it. I know it. Probably the kids sitting next to you, at least one of them knows it. This class is it's just not for everyone. Lifting weights and working out is for everybody, and that can be done anywhere. We are here to become strong mentally, physically, and emotionally. We are here to develop into a good person and have an appreciation for hard work. We are here to become unbreakable. If you are here because you're thinking, weights, easy A or something like that, that's not what we're about. We've got to lift each other up. We got to be the energy providers. I don't want any energy vampires. I don't want someone coming in here sucking the life out of the room or anything like that. We've got to bring it every day. And even if it's not, as like all the juice, that's fine, but we still have to have a focus, and we still have to get what we need to get done and get better. If you're not in here wanting to get better, then it's going to be hard pressed. So that's what we need out of everybody. We need to follow the Olympian expectations. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, take care of the school. You take care of yourself by knowing your workout ahead of time, by knowing what you need to do. If you need to switch anything out or modify anything or communicate with me, that's taking care of yourself. That's super important. You can't just walk in and I don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on. If you got some issue, you got to talk. You got to take care of each other. That's when we spot and we're a good lifting partner. You have coach's eyes. Yes, I'm here, but there's a lot of people in our weight room. So you take care of each other. You know the cues. You know when someone's messing up. So you can help them out. That's taking care of each other. That's what you got to do. You can't just let things fly. You can't just let things go, because then they're always going to do it that way and they're not going to know any better. You got to take care of the school, especially now more than ever. We are going to be cleaning everything. I'm actually working on getting barbell kits. We're going to take apart our equipment and put it back together. And we're going to learn how to take care of every little piece in here. It's super important. So we want to take care of the school. We want to take care of everything in here. We've been blessed to get some great stuff in here. We want to get more stuff, right? We want to get better things. We got to take care of what we got in order to get more. Okay. How you look and what you lift might get you noticed, but an hour later, those people couldn't care less about either of the two, let alone you. Your actions and how you help others is what really gets remembered. Okay, and that was a quote from Dave Tate. We've listened to a couple different things from his podcast. I'm going to briefly go over our syllabus highlights, and then it'll be about the conclusion of this video. So these are all things. It's all on It's Learning. The full syllabus is, but we're going to highlight some specifics. Class description: develop a positive mental and physical self, develop better athletes. Our focus is going to be strength training, injury prevention, speed development, safety, and proper technique. Formal and informal evaluations and data collection, cooperative learning, and differentiated instruction will all take place within our weight room. Okay, locker rooms this year is going to be different. All right, focus up. PE will not dress. Weights will, or I highly encourage you to dress. We're going to work. We're going to do what we do. So if you come to school in athletic gear and then like you're leaving right after that, or what have you with your schedule, fine, great. You don't have to go into a locker room. You're good to go because of all the new stuff we got to deal with this year. So girls, you will have a locker room. All right, ladies. So it'll be locked during class. You can bring your bags with you if you need to, and locks will be available upon request. But basically, we'll just treat that as a big locker. We'll open it. We'll let you guys in. You'll change. You'll do what you got to do. You'll come out if you want to bring your bag with you, so that you can just go. If you're like on a bridge program, you're just here for weights or something like that, then you can do that, or you can just come in ready to roll. That's fine. Boys, a little bit different. You guys know how small that locker room is. So what we did, and you need to understand, we kind of had to fight for this. Okay. So we have Varsity Hall. Now it's not locked. Bring your bags with you. Okay. There's more space in there. I have 36 pieces of 36 places that you can dress that 6 feet, no one's around you, because that's how long that hallway is. I'd put little pieces of painter's tape down. Bring your bags with you. There's more space. There's more showers available. We'll go every other shower. Okay, there's plenty of showers. I believe we've got 22 showers. And if we go like every other one, you still got about 10 or 12, depending on how we stagger them. And shower, boom, take towel, boom, get dressed. The next one can go in there. So that should work. Had to fight, like I said, please don't lose this. They will pull this from us the very, very first time there's an issue. So make there no issues. Okay. There we go. Medical excuses. Licensed professional, only letting me know what you can and cannot do to program around your injury to get you back to competition. Okay. It is advised to see our athletic trainers, as we have a very good working relationship to get you back to the sport you love and prevent further injury. We don't want to see the pediatrician note that says no exercise for 3 weeks or something like that. We want to know, what can you do? What can you not do? You need to go to an athletic. We got Dr. Goose. We got anybody that you need to help you out, to say, this is what you can do, this is what you can't do. And I will work within any limitations that you have, because we all know that it'll get you back faster. Okay. Attendance. You need to be here to do what we do. Now, if you're at home on bridge, we will modify. You will be able to do, a body weight thing for each component of the workout. If you have some equipment, you just got to let me know what it is that you have. We can do those things. And then you will also take like video clips and stuff of that, of what you're doing. That way I can kind of help you out with your form, technique, and those things. Now, we also have Friday after school as makeup lifts. So we're going to have a sign up for that in advance. But Fridays after school, I've blocked it off for the entire year. No one else will be up here. So right after school, we will always have that as a makeup. And that works out well, because obviously as a football coach, we normally have a little bit of time before we have to get to the bus. So I will have that time for any of our like non-football players, or even football players. You got to make something up. Hey, you got to make something up. All right. And then when it comes to track season, I tend to give my sprinters Fridays off. So once again, or I can make them start up here with us and that sort of thing. So, but we have to have a sign up in advance, because I have to know the number and I want to cap it. That way I can assign you guys to racks, because I don't want to make a new cohort just for that. So you'll have your own individual rack for each person that's coming for a makeup. So it's not a new cohort. You're on your own rack. Okay. What to wear? Athletic shorts or pants, no jeans or khakis. So you can wear sweats, you can wear jersey material. That's fine. T-shirts, you must have sleeves. Okay. I get it. You got awesome arms. You want to flex them. Fill the sleeves in. Okay. We're going to have sleeves on. Athletic shoes, no boots or sandals. I got a slide coming up talking about sandals, but no boots or sandals. Must have athletic shoes. You guys also know that I'm a big believer in Icons. Okay. They're pretty awesome for a flat, stable surface. Also, you can get an Olympic lifting shoe. I took mine home. If you wanted to work in something like that, just talk to me about those things. But we don't want to wear non-athletic shoes. And honestly, runner shoes are horrible for squat as well. So we want to have something that's stable. Okay. No inappropriate clothing, whether it be because it violates our school dress code, or it has inappropriate language or anything like that on it. We're not having it. Okay. School spirit dress. Wear our colors. All right. Well, it used to be Fridays we did that. Let's do it every day, because it's blocked. So sometimes you'll only be here twice, sometimes 3. Wear our colors. All right. Absolutely no blue. Not having it. No blue. Okay. So you know why. All right. Here's your footwear and foot health. Okay. Just a little slide about this. All you guys and gals that like to wear the slides or the sandals and flip-flops to classes, I would highly encourage you to wear shoes all day. You're an athlete. Okay, leave those for other individuals. So it's footwear, foot health, just an extra little step. We want to have every little step or advantage that we can have. So I would suggest not wearing them in general. Then you don't have to worry about forgetting your shoes either. Okay. Here's a big one. Guess what? We don't have Train Heroic anymore. Sorry. I wanted it, but we are not going to have it this year. However, as of this video, I believe we have gotten the okay for Team Builder. Okay, so you still are going to log and record your workouts. You are still going to change your numbers to what you accomplish. The data will log your entire East career. I lost all the other data. You can access the app through your phone, or you bring your own device. You can also access the website through any device connected to the internet. Here's why there some great advantages to Team Builder right off the bat. Workouts may be printed in advance, so I can print them out for you now. You can choose to have a paper version, which you will print, or you can make that your option if you lose phone privileges. So if you're not using the phone for what we need it, well, guess what? You're going to be a paper person then, because we can actually do that. Instead of making you write it down like we had to on Train Heroic, we can print it. Okay. We can also, with this, we can make more changes. It's a little bit better to work with in those aspects. So I think Team Builder is going to be awesome. I think it's next level for us. So we're leveling up again, which is fantastic. So this program is going to be awesome. Once again, it'll be on your phone again. Super easy to get that rolling, and I'll get those codes out to you guys either today or next week. All right, depending on how everything starts shaking out. Okay. We still have a in-body scan that you can do. It's available to you at Anytime Fitness here in Columbus. We have a partnership there because, well, I work there. So you can get a free body scan. That's what I worked out with DJ over there. You just got to let them know you're in my class, because it's not available for everyone. So if you're in my class, you go, hey, I'm in Coach First's strength class. I'm here for my free body scan, or you call and schedule it. Please call and schedule it, because that's what, especially with COVID and everything, that's how we're going to have to get it in. But you get a free scan. Okay. Now, if you want to get 3 more so that you kind of space it out quarterly, then you can do that for like $50, which is still a great deal. So you can kind of see how you're progressing. And the normal price is $25 per scan. To get like in-body scans and personal training, and then like the group classes and stuff like what I do, it costs somebody $350 or $89 if they're doing it on one of the promo 21-day challenges, 21 days, and still almost $100. You guys can get all those scans. So once again, if you do, great. If you don't, that's okay too. But I suggest that you do it at the beginning of the semester, and then the second one in December, sometime right before we max out, and then around spring break, and then at the end of the year. And that would give you a good, and you could see all your data, and it's really cool. So our daily scoring rubric, I might change it to 5 points a day, but as of this video and my syllabus, it's the 4 points. And once again, the breakdown of how you do everything is in there. But basically, come in here, be a good person, do everything you're supposed to do. Don't be negative. Don't say any curse words. Do the numbers that you're supposed to do. Track your workout. Do all those things. You're going to do fine. However, if you neglect to do any of those things, you are going to lose points. You got to be held accountable. Okay. Training. This is a big one too. So with block, this is all new, and I'm going to be able to pause this. And matter of fact, I'm pausing. So for kids at home, I'm pausing anytime a kid has a question. So I'm imagining I'm going to pause this screen for them. But here's our training. Okay, it's 88-minute mods. You got 5 minutes to dress out. Some people will already be dressed. They'll be ready to go as soon as they get here. We're going to have a 10-minute dynamic on the balcony. 15 minutes of speed, change of direction, plyos, or some sort of circuit work. Okay, and plyos would include, your jumping and throwing, catching, those things as well. That could be done once again on the balcony. Now, we could have days where we do the dynamic and all of our speed or ply or any of those things outside. You'll know because I'll be yelling what we're doing, and we'll just filter out there and do that. That'll take care of itself. Then we'll always have 38 minutes in the weight room. We'll have 10 minutes of mental work, okay, towards the end of each mod. And then I'm going to give you 10 minutes to shower now. We used to just have 7. So I'm giving you more time because I want people to take a shower. I want you to be clean for your next class. And it's a block. I don't know if you're going to be able to get away with not showering. So I'm giving you more time there. And also during that mental time, you're probably going to slow the sweat down, stuff like that, focus. So we'll have 3 different tier setups for our workouts based on the number of days that you are in here for the week. So if there's holidays, something like that going on, and I'm only going to see you once, it would be a different workout than if I'm going to see you twice, or if I'm going to see you 3 times that week. So for instance, 3 times would be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay, so an example would be, let's just do a Friday example. So your tier, meaning it's a full body, you have upper, total, lower, upper, total. So we're going like a 5-base tier. PCO is always a posterior chain option. So I'm going to have posterior chain option for you there. And then the M at the end there, that's our mental. So that would be our last tier. So technically, I guess it's not a 5, it would be a 7. But if we look at it like that, we would have bench, and I have that starred because that's our primary. Okay, so that's going to be the biggest focus. All right, that'll be, and everything's going to be blocked in time like we had it over the summer, where we had the 5-minute blocks in the summer. We'll do that, but obviously bench is you're going to have a little bit more time than, let's say, for something at the end there. And then there we'll just follow our normal programming that we've been running. Then we'll have the block clean. Okay, so that's your secondary movement. Then we'll have the front squat. Then we would go to a row. So it's an upper body horizontal, just like our bench. So it's opposites there. And then we'll have our push press at the very, very end there. And then we have, let's say that individual chose, okay, I'm going to do the glute ham raises once I get certain ones of those available, which will also only be available by rows depending on the day. And then at the end, we have an audio book for that day for mental work. We'll have supersets that will be prescribed for each tier of movement. So for instance, let's say for the bench, we're supersetting with a pull apart. So you're benching and you're doing like a band pull apart. And for the block clean, we're supersetting with like a stationary lunge or something like that. So we'll always have supersets built in for all of them. Click on me again. There you go. So, Coach Gaddis always says mental is to physical is 3:1. So we want to spend those 10 minutes a day. We are going to be working on mental work. And I have another coach in New Jersey right now that I just talked with, and he's going to be doing this as well. And we're going to kind of compare notes. But one of the things I told him, and one of the things that I really enjoy is the book, It Takes What It Takes. It was a recommendation from Kevin Vanderbush, who I think very highly of, the Ben Davis strength coach. And I ended up purchasing it on audiobook because, reading, I'm kind of a slow reader. It takes me some time. And then with kids at the house and stuff, it was just easier to do this when I'd do a little cardio or something. So I've went through this book like 3 times, and it's fantastic. We're going to listen to little 10-minute excerpts here or there. We don't have to listen to it for hours, but a little 10 here and there. You guys know that we've the table talk, like the J.M. Blakely episode, we've watched some of the stuff off of that. You got Matt Whitting right there. We've seen some of his videos, so mental could also be mental work, and that you're looking at someone else explaining a technique that I have, and maybe they say it a little differently. Maybe we need that so it clicks. So we have those videos that we can watch. There's a book, Weight Room Wisdom, Ron McKeefery. So we've got that book right here. So it has like things where you read, and then it has at the end like a little athlete huddle and coach huddle. So like a discussion point. So I would almost read aloud as if, it's like elementary English, and then we would discuss the athlete point and then possibly the coach point if you wanted to. Those are things that we're going to work on because I feel that it's extremely important. So game day. So still talking about training. So on game day, as you guys know, I always just say, we lift. We lift on game day. We take pride in it. That's what we do. Okay. And then someone I've already mentioned, Kevin Vanderbush, he explains it much better than me. So I just copy it. And if you copy someone, give them credit. So in order to continue to develop throughout the competitive season, it is necessary to continue to lift on the days of contest. Athletes who take days off tend to lose many of the benefits of the strength program as the season progresses, especially come tournament time, and put themselves at risk of injury. Athletes participate in practice sessions that sometimes last even longer than the competitive events on a daily basis yet are not negatively affected by the lifting workout that occurs earlier in the day. The most important factor is the mindset that the athlete takes. If an athlete understands the rationale for continuing the lifting program and tells himself how much stronger he or she feels by staying on a normal routine, then they can perform at a very high level. If the self-talk is negative, then the performance will suffer. And we agree with that 100%. We've had many athletes set PRs in some individual sports on a day that they went hard and maybe they didn't know if they should do the lift, and I kind of convinced them they should, and then point be proven, the next day they come in here and yep, they did fantastic. So it's about the mindset that you have going into it. You got to believe, you got to trust the process. You got to trust the process. You got to believe in what we do. And that's extremely important to making sure that you are successful. All right, here's my contact info. Okay. There's my cell phone, because heck, we could be virtual right now. I have no idea. So there's my cell if you need to get a hold of me. There's my school number. There's the extension. If we do go virtual, I'm told I'll be in here. So you can get a hold of me that way. There's my email, my school email. There's my Twitter that I'll post about you guys. There's my YouTube channel that has videos, once again, of you guys doing stuff. Now my Instagram. Okay, so most of you guys have found me on Instagram. That's my personal Instagram. I'll post about my kids, my family. I'll post anything and everything. That's my personal Instagram. If you want to follow it, great. I that's up to you. So because you guys all follow that, and I feel like it communicates a little bit better than Twitter, what I decided to do was I'm going to make a Instagram for this class. So that will be Eastside Strong. And what we'll do is I'll have my TAs assist me with that. So once again, I would love to have TAs. And, last year we had some TAs that wanted to help people work out. Great. We probably can't do that one with the way everything is now. So now I need more, clerical style TAs. And one of the things that you guys can do is you can run my Instagram account, and I'll give you the password and I'll let you do it. We can go Instagram live, and people who are on resource floor or something can literally watch the class as it happens. I'm fine with it. I'm good because I know we're going to do everything the right way. So let's do that. Let's have an Instagram, and let's try and build a little social media presence of the class. And once again, you guys are better at that than me, so you guys can run it. And I think that'd be a cool thing for some folks to, if you wanted to try that out, great. So once again, if you can be a TA, that can be your assignment, and you can get an A. All right. So answers to your questions. Let's see. We started this thing with this. So why should I listen to you? Well, hopefully you realize that I'm here for you. That's why I'm hoping you'll listen to me. I'll always shoot you straight. I may not tell you what you want to hear, but I want to tell you what is the truth or what you need to hear. How do I know I can trust you? Once again, I'm big on honesty. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to explain what it is. So I'm hoping that I can earn your trust. I understand that trust is earned. So I don't expect you just to trust me just because I say, hey, trust me, but I'm hoping that I can earn your trust. And what can you do for me? Well, hopefully you're realizing what I can do for you based off of all my certifications, all my experience. What can I do for you? Well, as long as you got the goal, I can help you achieve it. That's what I've done since I've been here. So tell me what you want to do. If it's, you want to start at a certain position, or you want to do this or that. I've helped a lot of you guys do those things. Heck, maybe I helped someone take your spot, and you're sitting there staring at me right now and you want to get your spot back. Cool. I'll help you too. Once again, competition breeds success. Okay. So I'm hoping that answers that one. Who the heck is this guy? You probably know more about me than you cared to know, but I believe that connection trumps communication. And you already know how much I value communication. You got to be able to communicate, but I want you to feel like you know me. And I'm hoping that if you can answer, the bio questions with stuff that you want me to know about you, that's important. How's the block going to look? Well, I answered that. Hopefully it makes sense. If not, we'll slow it down. We can pause. We can talk about it a little bit more. I know we're going to handle that during the SRT block. What if we go virtual e-learning? Once again, we have Team Builder. I will have body weight stuff in there. I will have equipment based stuff. And I'll have different tags because Team Builder is different and it allows us that function where you can move those things out, but you'll have to complete those. You'll complete mental assignments as well. So there will be some paper trail. And I'm working extremely hard to get us where they consider us like a C4 class and that you can come here if we were to shut down. So I'm making this video now, but I'm still waiting on that answer. But I did push for that pretty hard on today, which is the 7th, so Friday. I was waiting to make this video to see if I had an answer. I don't have an answer yet. But anything else, let's figure this out together. If you're at home, you can email me, text, you can put a comment on It's Learning, whatever it is that you want to do, whatever you're comfortable with, but reach out. If you're in class, we'll raise your hand. I don't know, just yell. Okay, so we'll have a quick tour. So for those of you at home, you won't be a part of that, but that's okay. We're going to have a quick tour. And then questions, comments, concerns. And then what we want to try and get accomplished now after our quick little tour of just looking is I want to go ahead and get our rack assignments done. So we're going to do our best, but understand that each rack assignment equals a cohort. And I would consider this kind of a close contact. Now, Board of Health and those things, they will determine if that is a close contact, truthfully. But for us, I think, if you're on the platform and with our numbers and what we got, there's going to be a couple people right there with you. We're in here for 38 minutes. We're spaced out the rest of the time, but for 38 minutes. So it's 15 minutes within 6 feet. I would argue that those people would be kind of close to that, but if we move around enough, maybe not, but if we need to contact, those would be your contact points that I need to keep track of. So we're going to try and do that based off of ability and maybe a little bit of who you normally work out with, because remember that lifting partner relationship is huge. So that is everything. Now I just got to get this thing to stop.